Hello Guardians, welcome back to DTR. This is Wrightwaygaming bringing you another video along the same lines as the last video I did, but this time we're going to talk about endgame content features and what they could bring to the game, to Destiny 2, that they already haven't brought to Destiny 1. So just like the last video, I'm going to cover 4 main things that I've thought of, and feel free to discuss these topics below and you know, be as open as you want about them. It really doesn't bother me. So first off, every game has to have weekly content, and a lot of people say it can be repetitive, but there's ways of varying it to make it change it up, and Destiny has the perfect base for that in terms of the planets. So they should have weekly random quests that you have to complete in order to gain certain gear, maybe even inventory just to upgrade your gear. You know, it's a way of forcing people to rework certain quests in different ways. You know, there's no reason why they can't put patrols in side quests or something along them lines to change it up a bit and get a random weekly quest reward. Next up, what about faction based weeks or events? You know, they have 4 or 5 factions now in Destiny 2. Why not use that to their advantage and mix it up on a weekly basis for each faction? Now, I don't want to say this and it might kill it, but you shouldn't have to be assigned to that faction to complete these quests, because that'd kill it and there'd be no point. You know, you should be able to be part of any faction and still help out the other factions' quests on the week, but the week that it is your faction's week, you should get extra rewards or double up on your rewards as part of being part of that faction. Now, I know people usually can change the factions once in a week, but they shouldn't be allowed to do that just for the rewards, so I don't know how they'd work that out. Then the next one, what about gear from public events that's developed around the bosses, so that it forces people to do these weekly events on the different planets? Now, they've already said that there's going to be different sorts of gear based on these events, but I reckon it'll just be standard legendary gear. But I reckon they've got a chance to change it up and make weapons that are based on the bosses, or armor that's based on the bosses. You know, why can't you get a helmet that looks like a servitor? You know, I know that sounds stupid, but that's the lines I'm going down here. Make the loot specific to the thing you are killing for legendary gear. And then the last but not least, I want to talk about how in strikes we have modifiers. Now, why can't they bring these modifiers to everyday gaming in Destiny? You know, each planet should have a certain perk and a certain buff, so that it makes it easier doing certain things and harder doing other things. Or just standard patrols should give you buffs and perks to make it a little bit interesting and a little bit different. You know, it's like I said, Destiny has got the basis to make the game so variable and so different for every encounter that I don't understand why they don't do it. So that's why I think it's worth talking about. Maybe they'll end up doing it in Destiny 2. We don't know. They're definitely heading down the right lines in terms of the way they're changing things up. Maybe this is something they could bring to it as well. Or maybe it's already going to be. We don't know. Like I said, feel free to discuss this in the comments below. Don't forget to drop that like button, because I really appreciate it and it really helps me out. And don't forget to subscribe to DTR, because the guys are working hard in the background to bring you content every day. Wrightwaygaming, over and out.